let's see what happens this time on Cinders, a mostly text adventure game with some kind of splash art thrown in. Why is this 9:43:12? Okay, it's only 12 seconds later. This is just the one we want. I've seen this scene before. I need to meet with the steadfast resistance of the people. That is a good golden rule. I'm sure that's exactly the golden rule that everyone should have. I have not seen a single predator of any type. By what, Sophia? Man, I guess I don't need to see the fairies or anything, so not a big deal. Ooh, they didn't even give me the choice. Cinders is nonplussed by how disappointed she made Sophia. I'm not entirely sure why we're going to town. I guess there were a couple errands that we could have pulled off yesterday. We didn't. Dun dun dun! Yes. You know, if Madame Ged really didn't want to be accused of being a witch, she should really not wear makeup everywhere. I mean, maybe she would still be accused as a witch, since this is like medieval times in Europe, and she is not a white woman. But must have been her curse. She's certainly not endearing this townswoman to her. It is for fate to decide. Aha! Wizardry. Wonder if I'll get the opportunity to intervene. Hopefully she is supposed to be referenced to Molly again from Gabriel Knight. I don't feel like Malia had ridiculous bone tattoos or like paintings on her arms, though. Beltman has returned. Wise choice. Feralt is going to look into this. He's a regular Javert of this universe. He's a rather Javert with too many belts. My cast is called Tall Hobbits this time, because there's a character in this game that Sai said looked like a tall hobbit. And he really does. I'll point him out to you if he comes up. But he might not show up for a while. Actually, the hairdo of this guy makes him look kind of like a tall hobbit, too. I really feel like you can just like blanket say they're all good people. I wonder where else she would go since she owns a shop here. It's not exactly like it's easy to move around in medieval fantasy times. I did not notice you standing there as he sleazes his way over. After I've heard everything. There's no shame in retreat. Man, this guy's kinda just gonna roll over. He's a big help. El Sleezo's Cafe. And asking what happened here after you just saw everything is a little bit disingenuous. Fear you because your eyes are abnormally large, like everyone else. I guess everyone's eyes are abnormally large in this universe. Probably more fear you because of your bone motif. Haha, very familiar, almost friendly terms. Regular Watson we have here. Regular Sherlock Holmes. Good. Goodbye, child. Goodbye. And we just met her yesterday. How do you have this just kind of absolute characterization of her? I'd kind of like to go to the tavern, but Tobias is the tall hobbit, and the stream is titled Tall Hobbits. So perhaps we should go to the tavern, or go to the store. The tavern is where the captain is, and the captain is the way to the prince, though, I think, which could be useful. What do you think, Nathan Bobathan? Where should we go today? This is the most difficult of choices to make. Tavern or store? Much more difficult than any choice in The Walking Dead or Life is Strange. To the tavern we go. Tobias is also the tall hobbit, but he's not going anywhere. Wish I could spend a little more time getting to know him. Dun dun dun! To fill you in, the first time I played this, like day one, this captain like slaughtered a bunch of thieves and was like, I'm sad about slaughtering all of these thieves because they were not good at fighting. They had to be slaughtered. So he's a pretty interesting dude. But yeah, and the prince looks like Benedict Cumberbatch. I don't know. He probably like tied them up in belts or something. He certainly maybe every thief that he kills, he adds a belt to his collection. Foisting daughters is a good pastime. He only just got in here like 2 minutes ago. He was literally just talking to Madame Gett. Must have drank a lot very quickly. Yes. Well, should we learn more about Sleezo or the Prince? Probably the Prince. We are going to go for maximum power in this game. Stomp on everyone's faces who are in our way. Benedict Cumberbatch better... Benedict Cumberbatch better watch out. Benedict Cumberprince. Yeah, he also, like, had a little soliloquy that made him sound like he'd be a super scary ruler. Didn't sound like he actually had the people's best interests in mind. He was more interested in just kind of consolidating his own power. Sounds like a good king. Might have to make similar decisions. Understandable. Oops. I always do that. If you right-click, it opens up the menu. This game has some sick mechanics. Sometimes I just can't stop myself. Yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch does sound like a 4chan username. Or like a 4chan, like, forum title. Diplomacy has no place in our kingdom. We must solve every problem by sending wave upon wave of our own net effect. Nate says Benedict Cumberbatch would be the title of a really creative 4chan user would come up with if he said something that was supportive of women. It would be all over that Benedict Cumberbatch flame thread. That is both funny and probably not wrong. I wouldn't actually be surprised if there wasn't already some forum that in 4chan that carried that title. He chose her. Man, you are like kind of a dense person. I guess you haven't been educated for these past 2 years. And Javert is all about the law. And this guy is kind of all about just like pointing things out and then just sleazing his way out of the room without it actually helping at all. Time to investigate. This tree means I made a choice that has impacted something. Or the things that are happening now. Products of a choice that I made. Probably because he has seen war. But I'm not really quite sure how you got that from his demeanor. Okay, so we get to do both things. Get to go see Tobias as well. This is the guy that what Wizard says is a tall hobbit. We have a rapport, Tobias and I. I've got no time for your razor-sharp wit, Tobias. Dun dun dun. Okay. The shady character comes in with a bolt of lightning. Gold has a habit of running from me pockets like cats in heat. What? Why are cats in heat running out of your pockets? That is an incredibly disturbing image. Wow. Yes, answer my questions from all of my spying. weird that the music turned off. Must be an incredibly tense moment that they are not playing their music that they're constantly blaring. Oh yeah, the writing in this is incredibly awkward. Which is kind of funny considering this game is almost entirely writing. Like, they could have made a just like normal simple text adventure with this game and not had to put the effort all into the artwork, but I guess they need the artwork to carry this kind of mediocre, well, not mediocre, just kind of poor writing. Yeah, I do really like the illustrations. The facial expressions are a little weird. I do like the different characters. They all do look fairly distinct, even if some of like their design is a little weird. Nasty ambush. Is he turned into Gollum? Is that the way you treat your, like, employee? You've been working with this guy for a long time. Dun dun dun! The captain. Yes, we're all friends here, including this guy who's literally named Shady Character. My god, the music's back. Rested me head on the ground. These writers surely have a knack for writing dialect. Wisps. He was talking to Dun Dun Dun, the prince. So loud, don't know what they meant. The grand ball. Oh man, such great news. Masks. Hopefully we can go as the Batman. This is incredibly repetitive. Like, this would have been interesting news if it hadn't, like, cut to a scene of us literally watching Prince say this. Like, this is information that I already know. Like, unless they think that this shady character is just such a delight to interact with. They needed to give him another appearance in the story. Devilishly clever. Yeah, the reason why I got offline so quickly last time was, I find this game kind of amusing, but it's also incredibly fatiguing. So should I appeal to his morals? Seems like a lost cause. Focus on the connection with Carmosa, or threaten him. I'm gonna nix appealing to his morals, because that seems just irrelevant. Honestly, I wasn't paying enough attention to know what the connection with Carmosa actually was. I'm just gonna threaten him, because why not? Yeah, threatening is probably the right choice. I think that watching the guards beating your precious secrets out of you would be quite hilarious. Sure. What a lovable rapscallion. Got her into the ball. Invitations from a friend. Okay, that's actually new information. Aha, this could be my chance. Your secrets are your greatest weakness. Back to this tall hobbit. Okay, I guess I'm telling him everything. I don't really feel like he's super trustworthy. But this game isn't exactly full of intrigue, so he's probably fine. Weighing my options. I don't know if I should try and get her arrested yet. I think I should wait until I have more information. And I can hold it over her head later. Or I could just continue to play Cinders like an asshole. Each step I feel my muscles relaxing. Hello there, Beltman. Thank you for sleazing your way onto the screen again. Yeah, you're right, Nathan Bobath and Cinders should just be the worst to everybody. I did kind of set that up at the beginning. Before giving me any context, the game asked me whether I should make them all pay, or forgive them. And like that's literally how it put it. It gave me no context as to who they were, or like how I interacted with them as characters. It just made me make a choice, and then it flashed back to the entire game. So we'll see how that affects things later on. I will go to the Big Red. You've never ever referred to her as the Big Red. Is she like Clifford the Big Red Dog or something? Yeah, her. Witty quips are surely disarming. Oh, nothing happened. Yeah, like that kidnapping the other day where he slaughtered a bunch of people. Does he even have a sword? Did he just like slaughter them with his bare hands? Or like choke them with belts? Heroism has had its use. Haha, that was truly poetry. I mean, break the law, then I'll kill you is a pretty good summation of his character. Man, this guy just talks forever. Friendly, seductive, uninterested. Well, I guess in theme of being the worst everyone, I should be uninterested, but I do want to kind of worm my way into the palace, so I'll be friendly. Must be a great story behind it. Good. humans with lots of belts and weird bone tattoos. Go to the palace. Their boarding duties call. Not really. What kind of response is that? I'm just gonna pick it because I'm really curious what she says. Okay, that was a somewhat reasonable response. And she is such a whiner. She literally just spent the whole day doing nothing, and is still whining about her life. Yeah. Poor you, your nobility. He looks dashing in all those belts. Man, I'm really glad that they, in-game, recognized that he's wearing a ridiculous number of belts. Ah, good. Here's Benedict Cumberprince. Peralt. He remained an autocrat. Horrible fate. Want them to be citizens. Ah, so he does care about the people, I guess. Maybe. I see. Will not make you popular among the nobles. Especially since you're, like, a prince. Is he going to create some kind of constitutional monarchy? It's a war of lies. No. Yeah, it sounds like he's best, something he's best suited for. Trade those blades, of which I see none. Probably all of his belts, too. For our exquisite white gold cutlery. Yeah, he's really gonna be popular with the peasants. Make your own decision, Peralt. Such intrigue. Okay. We have completed one day. I think that's about as much as I can take of this game in one go. And still remain alive mentally. So I'm signing off for now. You can probably tune into Nathan Bobathan later for some adventure games. I know I will be. Farewell.